Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anushka Singh. I'm as an intern in the Spark Foundation as a data science and business analytics. I'm from the batch June 2021, and I'm going to explain my task 3, which was to perform an exploratory data analysis on the data set and sample superstore. So, firstly, we're going to import the basic libraries which we're going to use, that is NumPy, Panda, Seaborn, and Matplotlib, and this is used for the ignoring in the warnings. And then we're gonna upload the data set in this variable called retail, and then we're going to have some sample insights of the data set. So these are the 5 samples of the data set, and to get the top 5 data of the data set, we use a dot head function, and to get the data from the downside, means the top 5 from the downside, we are using dot tail function, and then we're using dot shape function to find the dimension of the data set. So we can see that we have 9,994 columns and 13 rows. Okay. I'm sorry, I just vice versa. We have 9,994 column rows and 13 columns. And in dot info, we have the basic, it tells the data type. We have the int and the float. And then in this describe function, we get to know what we get to know in the describe function. So this function only for the continuous variable. So we can see the postal code, sales, quantity, discount, profit. These all are continuous variable. Okay, so we can see that. So the count there here, we can see that it is 9,994 in the rows, and the count is same in the postal code, sale, quantity, discount, and profit. So we can say that we can conclude that there is no missing values in the given data set. And then from the max and the 75% we can say that there is not much difference in the postal code. But in the sales section, we can see that there is a large difference between 75% and max. And also in the profit section, so we can see that there is a large difference. So we can say that the some outlets are present in the some outlets are present in the data set. So now we'll be checking for the numbers which have unique values in every each column. Okay, so we have the ship mode 4, then segment 3, country 1, city 531. Okay, and then this function is used to find if there is a null value in the data set. So as we can see, there is no null value. So now we will do the data visualization. So I have used SNS dot pair plot, which is basically to plot pair visualization in the data set. On the diagonal, we can see that we have bar plots, and every other relation is shown using the scatter plot. Okay, so then we have the heat map. So heat map is used to visualize the correlation between the columns. So here the lightest color shows the perfect positive correlation, and the darkest one shows no correlation at all. So like discount and profit. Okay, so they has no correlation, discount and profit. Okay, and the profit and profit has a correlation of 100%. Also we can see that profit and sales have a correlation of 60%. And then after that I have a graph showing the profit and the sales, which is grouped by subcategories. And then I have a sales and quantity. Okay, and then we have quantity and profit relation based subcategory, and discount and profit relation based subcategory. So from this we can say that the subcategory table, the loss is maximum, which is provided by the book cases. Okay, and now we have the distribution plot of so now this we here we have a distribution plot of various features which shows the variation in the data distribution. Okay, so at the last we have a next graph that we have counted the plot of quantity based on the different regions, and these are all the regions depending on their quantity and their accounts. So the quantity here, we can see that the quantity of 3 is maximum, and 2 followed by 2, and then 5, and then 4, and then 1. Okay, so at last we have a graph showing sales with the different shipping models or shipping modes or segments. Okay, so we have this second class, standard class, first class, same day, and then consumer, corporate segments, and some home office. Okay, so finally we have a conclusion to take from all the graph we have studied. So we can see that the feature profit and discounts are highly related, and overlease less quantity of the products also the sales were high. The maximum quantity of the product is in demand was in range of 2 to 4, and the mode of shipping doesn't affect much to the sales, and the home office provides the highest sales, followed by the corporate as a slight variation. So this was it, and thank you so much for watching the video.